Hey yo guys, time for the very first episode of In the Squared Circle with Dadirrtywhyteboi for the year 2008. Obviously there's some major news stories of the week that pretty sure everyone has heard of, and I'm not just the only one telling you this, but whatever, let's just get to the news. The major story of the week is the fact that the WWE, or of last week, was the WWE is a major signing machine. They signed Ron Killings. They're about to sign Chris Harris as his contract is up this week. This week. And they re-signed The Big Show. Now, my thoughts on this, I think Show will obviously come back and, stay around. I think they're going to give him a lighter schedule because, he came back from that boxing thing. He realized the fact that, he's too old. He's not a young guy anymore. Do that training, and I think Vince will give him a bit of a lighter schedule like a Shawn Michaels has or an Undertaker has, so he doesn't have to break his body down even more. The thing I'm more worried about is Chris Harris, because Vince signed Monty Brown and gave him the Marcus Carvana, and he's got more of a look and maybe a bit more. He doesn't have more talent than Harris, but he's got a look that Vince loves in a wrestler, and he did absolutely nothing with Monty Brown. And, that just scares me, the fact that Chris Harris, who's a really talented guy, is coming into your company, and there may not be anything for him to do. I mean, I personally can see him come on SmackDown and feud maybe with Matt Hardy for the U.S. title once he takes it off MVP, because we all know that will eventually happen, or have him feud with Punk, or whoever is on ECW. He's obviously going to be a ECW guy, because Raw is too stacked, and I don't think he'd fit on Raw. I think he'd go squashed quickly. Killings is, I think, going to be a SmackDown guy mainly. I don't know who you could tag him up with. I think there was talks of him doing with Scotty Too Hotty, but I don't think you're going to re-sign Scotty just for Killings, just to reform Too Cool, or a new version of Too Cool. But I don't know. I don't really know what you can do with those guys. Hopefully Killings doesn't get destroyed as quickly when he was K-Quick. He obviously will be K-Quick again because he's already changed the name on his MySpace to K-Quick Ron Killings. So, yeah. Some other WWE news is the fact that the WWE has made some definite changes on their philosophy on how to handle Chris Benoit when it comes to their company history. On the Royal Rumble website, they do list him in the page of past Rumble winners. But if you go on the page dedicated to the 2000 show that he won, Benoit is featured all over the place, including a shot of him during the match in the main picture. This could be a case of the left hand not aware of what the right is doing on the website, but I think enough time has passed that no one should be offended by the company's acknowledging Benoit in their history, and he's so entrenched in their history over the past 8 years that it looks like it's not bad to acknowledge him or winning the Rumble, or just in general. I think enough time has come where you can, put Benoit back on your history. I really wasn't a fan of getting rid of the history, but I understand the business. They did the smart thing. They didn't want to get it linked to anything or go get caught, which kind of happened. But I think enough time has passed, as I just stated. So I'm proud of WWE for at least admitting that he won the Rumble. What were you gonna do for that anyway? I don't know. The Rumble never happened that year or something. I don't know. Daniel Puder debuted with a group last night in Ring of Honor at Boston, doing a heel shooter gimmick where he will be paired with Larry Sweeney, which is probably the smartest way to book Puder considering that crowd. If you can't wrestle, go home is what they say. They're the new version of ECW fans. If you've never seen a Ring of Honor show and you've seen ECW One Night Stand, One Night Stand 2, because you've never seen it. But anyway, those fans are very demanding, and they want good wrestlers who care about the fans and the business. And Puder's just some guy who thinks he's a big tough guy who thinks he can beat up Kurt Angle and so on and so forth. But I really like the fact you have him with Larry Sweeney beating up jobbers for a while, and then eventually it will lead to Claudio versus Puder, and Claudio will get the win. But I don't know. I don't really know what this is going, because Puder's also doing still MMA, so I don't know how he's able to manage his MMA and his Ring of Honor stuff, because I think he's on their contract for a bit. And TNA has finally given drug testing. The last week's tapings, they announced that they would be having drug testings on the 21st and 22nd. So I think it's kind of a, hey, go get clean, because if you fail this test, we're just going to come talk to you. But, it's the same thing like WWE has. I don't think anything will come up. If you get caught with stuff, then they're just going to talk to you and nothing much will happen, but really, meh. And finally, Corey Macklin has filed a lawsuit against Vince McMahon and World Wrestling Entertainment over the April 27th Clash of the Champions show from last year at the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee. The main event was scheduled to be Hulk Hogan versus Jerry Lawler, but Lawler was advised that it would be in his best interest to pull himself off the card, and he did, forcing Macklin to go with Hogan versus Paul Light in the main event, which didn't draw strong at all, and you know, it was just a bad match. I mean, obviously there would have been more hype for Hogan Lawler for the Memphis fans, but really didn't turn out. But all in all, Corey Macklin, I think too little too late. You're wasted pretty much a year on this. If you wanted to sue him in May or June or something. But, you know, I don't think anything will happen of this. I think it will settle out of court for sure, and nothing's going to come of it. I think Corey Macklin's a little too late on this. But anyway, guys, I'm out for now. It was a bit of a slow week other than those 3 big signings the WWE got. But anyways, I'm out. Peace.